I've tried to make this video for a little while, but this is a topic that makes me irrationally angry, partly because my child's name should probably be on the angel tree this year. I just didn't get it on, I didn't think to call them until it was too late, so I can't get him on the angel tree. But partly just because of the amount of control people are trying to exert when they do something like that. And I will give them this, a lot of people mark out the barcode from an altruistic place. They've heard a story, or perhaps they've even experienced it themselves at some point, where an adult got the gifts that were meant for the child and took them to a store and returned them. And so a lot of the people who are marking out the barcode are trying to prevent that from happening. But even when you push back for some of these people and you go, hey, maybe they actually need to return it for a situation like this, you got the wrong side. Or their child had a growth spurt in between when they put the name on the tree and when the clothes came back. Or perhaps after their child's name went on the angel tree, they discovered that their electric bill needed to be paid. And that's where people try to, give me that pitying look and tell me I'm just being naive because most people are just going to try and use the money for drugs. And like I said, that's why I get kind of irrationally angry about it, because I've been poor a lot of my life. I've literally never used money someone else gave me for drugs. No, wait. On one of my birthdays, they gave me money specifically to get some weed. And I used the money for weed. But that was the express purpose for the money. And that was like 25 years ago, something. Honestly, I think even the barcode thing could be, I don't know. But a lot of people also pile onto it with other objectionable behavior. Like looking at the list and being like, this has a list of video games on it. No 8-year-old is going to want this video game, so therefore I'm just going to ignore that piece of it entirely. That one's specifically on my mind because my little bug, that's what he wants most for Christmas, is this video game he's heard about called Mario and Luigi's Brothership. And I can't afford that, at all. And I know that if I asked his dad would give me all the reasons in the world for why our bug should not be having screen time, should not be allowed to have all those things, and blah, blah, blah. So I'm trying to figure out how to get him this. And in any case, I've also seen people look at the list and say, this thing says that's a girl. I don't see any girl toys on here, so I'm just going to throw out the list and get what I think are girl toys. Or they'll be like, well, it says 5T, but the child is only 3 years old, so we're going to get 3T. They must be wrong. And then what do you do if your child's in 5T? My child was in 5T from the time he was 18 months old until he was 6. I think he got out of 5T when he was like 6 or 7. But if they get you the 3T because your child's 3, and they've marked out the label, what are you going to do? Go knocking on all your neighbors' doors saying, hey, do you have any children who wear 3T? Not to mention the number of people with disordered eating styles that would be marking out 5T because they think it's a fat thing. And they don't understand how childhood growth works. I may have ranted a little bit here, but it's that same sort of mindset that you don't want to give cash to a homeless person because you think they're going to use it for drugs. And if they're really hungry, they'll accept whatever food you give them, even if it's leftover stuff you've half eaten and lapped on. And that mindset often will not accept any realities. Like the number of people who've tried to poison homeless people in your area might be the reason why they're refusing food from a random person. Or maybe they need cash because they need to buy sanitary supplies and not because they're hungry. Or, it's that same mindset, though. The idea that I know better. I know that they're homeless and poor because they're drug addicts. That's the only real reason why these people don't have everything I have. And they can't look around and be like, that's a disproportionate number of disabled people. I wonder if that has something to do with it. Nope, it's drugs. All these single mothers who need their children to be on the angel tree could be because they had deadbeat fathers or abusive fathers and they wanted to escape before the father killed them. Nope, it's drugs. It's all this awful melange of I know better what this other person needs than they do. And I know better what their child could need or want than they do. It's gross.